Hello, my name is Stephanie, and my final research paper will be on the Japanese American National History Museum. So what I will be discussing is different exhibits that really stood out to me. I was unfortunately not able to attend the Japanese American National Museum, but it is something that I would definitely want to do later on when I do have more time, maybe at the end of the semester, just because I have a friend who is Japanese. She's my best friend, and we've been knowing each other for the past almost 10 years. And I love just the Japanese culture and the history, and that's why I wanted to pick this particular museum. So to start off, I will definitely dive into one of my most favorite exhibits at this museum. It is the Kaiju versus Hero, Mark Nagata's journey through the world of Japanese toys. So it's basically tells a story of how Japanese toys were introduced into a young boy's life and how it really shaped and influenced him to create more Japanese toys and different characters out of the toys as well. And this one stood out to me the most because it reminds me of Reptar, who was a action figure or toy that was from the Japanese culture. It was showed on a show called Rugrats, a very old show that I used to watch when I was a kid, and the figure in the photo looks exactly like Reptar, so that's why I chose this exhibit. And then next, moreover, I will go over the marks of Polynesia. So this is where I will definitely go into detail and compare it to the lesson on Micronesian and Polynesian tattoos and their meaning, and how it was displayed in the exhibit at this particular museum. I will also go into the Japanese tattoo tradition in a modern world and definitely connect that to how the tattoos and Japanese cultures are still related and are still being shown in today's modern world, and they're still practiced, and definitely dive in more to that. I will also be talking about a nice and meaningful exhibit, the Beauty Behind Barbed Wires exhibit. It incorporates 100 of objects, documents, photographs collected by the Japanese American National Museum. This exhibit has over 130 years of Japanese American history, beginning with the early days of the Isai pioneers through the World War II incarceration to the present. So this is something that I definitely want to dive into as well. This is one of my favorite exhibits that I did my research on. I will definitely share information about this exhibit and how major events in the history of Japanese lives shaped the Asian culture and influenced many today. I will also go over Saruku's crane exhibit and how this inspiring woman decided to make these cranes, and she unfortunately died October 25th, 1955. Her story was really impactful, and it was really tragic, but I definitely want to dive into that and compare it to the different religious practices and Asian culture today. Lastly, again, why I chose this exhibit, or I chose this museum, was because my best friend is Japanese. Her name is Brianna, and she's a very special person to me. We've known each other since middle school. She actually graduates Riverside this June, so it's kind of like appreciation to her as well. And because I do know a lot of the history of the Japan and Japanese people, I really know that they've been through a lot with Hiroshima, the bombing of that, and I just really want to pay my respects to this particular culture.